special guest, Buzz.
Guest star.
Hi, Buzz.
Hi.
Hi. Thanks for talking to me.
Of course. Thanks for having me.
Just breathe together. Oh, love that. Like I'm like, okay. My heart is beating.
Let's just chat.
Why is that?
I think it's just because it's something new and like exciting for you, but also you want to make sure you're doing it right.
Yeah. The newness of it, I feel like.
Mm-hmm.
That's like kind of the premise of like the whole thing is people always are wanting to like find their passion in life and like find their happy place. And what am I trying to say? Like, when you do things over and over again, it gets like stale.
Mundane.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like finding something exciting, like trying something new.
Yeah. So
like
people love
adrenaline junkies.
Mm-hmm.
Like you raise your heart rate, so they're always trying something crazier and crazier. So I think, everyone has a little bit of that in them.
Yeah. And like doing something new for the first time is always like the most exciting thing. Like when we lived in LA together,
yes.
Like I know, always talk about like, oh, like the first time we went to a certain bar or went to a certain place or did a thing, like that first time is always like new because you have no expectations.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Everything the first time, like having a first love, first kiss, first baby, first like anything is like so exciting. So definitely first podcast baby.
Oh my gosh. Yes. This will be mine for now.
Yeah.
Oh, and you have your new little baby.
Yeah. He's so sweet.
Okay, I feel like I should introduce you.
Okay.
But first let's take a breath.
Yeah.
I feel better already. My heart was beating at the beginning.
But
okay, so just breathing in. Have you ever done a breathwork class?
No, but I wanted to.
Oh my gosh, there's this one in Venice at this place called Open. It's like
I've seen it.
Mm-hmm. It's crazy.
Yeah.
So I've done like a breathwork class like on the beach with this cool.
I bet that's nice.
Yeah, it was with this cool group, and it was like not scary because it wasn't like I was going to a breathwork class. I was going to just like kind of like almost a party on the beach, and they're like, oh, we're gonna do breathwork for like 15 minutes, and then you just like lay there, and they teach you like to breathe in like, and like you do that, and like if you do that for an extended amount of time, like your brain.
Yes, I was about to say the same thing because there was an article, I don't remember where it was, but Morgan's aunt actually works with like, I don't know if I can say this, like ketamine and stuff that. She's like a therapist, so she does like ketamine therapy and stuff. I mean, it's not illegal, I don't think, but she's in California, so we'll check that before we post it. I don't want to get her in trouble.
Yeah, true.
But and the article like quoted her or someone that she works with, something like that. But the article was about how like just breathing can alter your state of mind, and like actually like those classes and things like that can like also be a form of like therapy and stuff like that. So I was like very shocked when I read that, and
really?
That's why it made me want to do like a breathwork class, and also like sound bath and stuff like that. Like just like kind of being one with like your own like mind and body. I feel like.
Oh my gosh, yeah. So you learned that from Morgan, your husband. So from your mom, it's like family wise, right? Like so you learned ketamine is a form of therapy, which breathwork is like a form of therapy?
Yeah, I think what it was like relating it to was like the psychedelic effects that it has.
It's like can be similar if you breathe a lot.
Yes.
Yeah. Yes. So that's like what I experienced. I went to a breathwork, like the full class that I did. It was like, I think it was like 50 minutes or something, but I went with like a friend, and afterwards, like I was like, that is the craziest thing.
Like you feel high.
Yes, you feel like outer body, like outer worldly, and like not only did I have the mental effects of it, but physically I guess I did it like well enough to it's a thing called like lobster claws, and so your fingers start to curl up, and so like I felt like I was gonna like lose my pinkies, not in a scary way, but like it was like
it sounds
it sounds really scary, but it was like it's called lobster claws because it's like a real like physical thing that happens because when you're breathing like that, I think it's like, I definitely need to be fact checked, but I think it's like your body's almost going into like overdrive or like almost like a shutdown feeling of like I can only focus on my breathing because it's like kind of hard to breathe. Like you're taking all of your energy and all of your exertion to only breathe. So it's like we don't care about extra things right now.
Yeah.
Extra things are like, I guess with evolution, your pinkies. Like that's your least used finger. So your body was like, oh, if we don't have enough air, we are going to lose our pinkies, like with the lack of oxygen that you're breathing. Yeah. So like after that class, I was like, oh my God, like my hands actually did curl up and like give me the lobster claw. But it was like it really did feel like it was like you kind of did like a mini, not in a scary way, just like you kind of did like a little bit of drugs for like a little bit of time because I was like, I had some tears, I was crying a bit.
Oh my gosh, that sounds special.
Yeah. Because it's right on the beach. And so right after I just went to the beach and just me and my friend just like walked on the beach and we're like so grateful for life.
Did she have the same kind of like feelings with it? Like tears and the lobster claws? Oh, good. Wow.
Yeah, it was crazy. So definitely an experience. I would say you should definitely do a breathwork class
I'm gonna see if
in a good vibey place.
Yeah, I was gonna say like
not in like a sterile environment.
Yeah, it's probably so hard to find something like that here, but I'm sure there's definitely like cool areas of Houston. So
yeah, maybe ask your facialist or something.
Yeah, but that's like an interesting point to like think that like you take your breath like every day for granted, like just breathing and like actually thinking about it like takes away all your like outside like I don't know like tangible like things. And so like the breath, that's something that is so involuntary. Yeah, it's your breath is so involuntary. That's just something that like taking the time to actually think about it can like change the way your brain is working.
Because we just do so much that obviously we don't think about breathing 24/7. It's like your heart beating. Like you don't think about your heart beating. You don't think about and so it's like to just slow down and just breathe in and breathe out can change everything, which is crazy. Because like
I love it.
I feel like I hadn't really thought about breath or breathing until like growing up more and like maybe like maybe you lose a job or you're just like getting more anxious and getting more into adulthood and like I mean you're a new mom. I'm sure your life has been changing and
I take a lot of deep breaths.
So like do you actually
I mean not in the sense where I'm like
pause everything and do it.
Yeah, no, I don't do that, which I definitely probably should, but it's more like taking things day by day, like step by step. Like, okay, you get over this like one hurdle, then you gotta, take the next deep breath and, get back up and start again. So just more in that sense, but definitely breath work, like I don't practice.
Oh yeah, no, so I don't either. I think like it's a lot. Like I definitely know people that do it, or you can be like a member of like that open place in Venice, and it's like whenever I hear people that go a lot, I'm like, maybe you just need therapy. Like if you're doing this all the time, there's something deeper happening.
Yeah, a loyalty member.
No hate, but
no tea, no shade.
But yeah, anyways, so I forgot to introduce you.
Oh, that was good. That was all the breath.
Yeah. So I mean, I just was nervous. I wanted to take a deep breath.
Yeah.
So we did. Yeah. Now we're flowing. Now we're yapping.
Yeah.
But yes. So this is Emma Brown, Emma McClurg.
Emma you and I forget sometimes.
Yes. Yeah. My very best friend of all time.
Bestie for the restie.
We were roommates for 5 years. Almost 5 years.
Almost. Yeah.
4-something years. In Los Angeles.
Yes.
On Ohio.
Shout out Ohio.
Yes.
Ohio Avenue.
Is not even a real place.
Oh. Freaky toilet.
Yes. Emma knows.
Yeah.
Emma knows all the things. You always impress me.
Sometimes. Yeah.
When I asked you if you knew about Perplexity, the AI app,
I
was like, uh-oh, she's slipping a bit.
I'm a little out of the loop, on AI.
Okay. That's okay. There's too much.
Yeah, I do have a Chat GPT account, login, whatever.
Yeah. Do you have the app?
No.
Oh, you should get the app.
I was like using it on the computer, but yeah, I'll get that.
Yeah.
Because it's so stupid, like I am like so hesitant to like do new things and stuff like that, but I'll like use Siri as like Chat GPT and it just like pulls up stupid stuff that like you get on Google, which like now Google is like all AI. It's like, you know, which is so helpful because it said, it says like searching and it goes through all of the like, I guess, helpful information. It just gives you exactly what you need right at the top. So you don't have to like, click into actual links and stuff. I'm like, oh, thank goodness. I just want to see the information. I don't want to click anything.
I know. So I think some people don't even have that part turned on. That's like, that was like a beta test at the beginning. But yeah, the Google, I believe it's called Gemini. It's like a little diamond thing. Yeah. And now it's everywhere. I don't know if you, like, how often you use like Google Docs or Excel. Oh, it's like, it has it everywhere. It's like, do you want to make this thing a chart or a table? Or like, do you want us to write your, like, and it's now in Gmail too. Like,
Gmail. Yep. Have that.
So, I mean, honestly, by the time.
It's like, it will write your whole email for you, basically. It's like, do you want to say exactly this? I'm like,
no, never. Not right now. It's not good enough.
Right. Oh, no. It's like, always like, thanks, exclamation point. I'm like, okay, I'll take that suggestion.
Yeah. Oh, but yeah, it's just moving so fast. Like by the time I literally edit this podcast, it'll be like maybe Gemini will be good enough that you can send an email from there.
Yeah. Yeah, it'll be like, can I edit this podcast for you?
Oh, okay, that'd be great. Let's do that. Have its own little clips and sound bites, but
oh my gosh, yeah.
Wait, I got so distracted. So more on you.
Oh, sorry.
Yes, no, don't be sorry. Wanted you to definitely be my first person to talk to.
I'm so honored.
My first guest, but I mean you shouldn't feel any surprise by that because you are my very best friend. So it's like fate in the universe of timing. So,
yeah.
When you meet newer people, you know, and you like talk about things that someone can like judge you on or like be real and raw with.
Yeah.
People can definitely, you know, you can like change friendships. It's kind of like when you go on like a trip with someone that changes, like, are you a better friend with them or a worse friend with them?
Oh yeah.
We know all about that. So that's tea for another time.
Yeah, definitely we'll save that one.
Yeah. But yeah, so yeah, just thanks for being here and talking with me. And
of course, I love you so much. My bestie.
Oh, yes. Yay.
Yeah, I'm so excited that you asked me and that you feel comfortable with me and that we are still so close.
I know. Yeah. So we're long distance friends.
Yes, it's tough.
And it feels like long distance at sometimes, but other times it's not. And I know you're always there and just a call away. And
yeah, just a voice note.
Yeah, just a voice note. And now we have the new, or I guess people don't realize, but you can like record a voice mail video, like a FaceTime video.
Yeah.
I didn't realize not everyone even knew that it existed yet. But I was talking to a friend. She was like, "Oh, I wish that was a thing." I was like, "Girl, that's a thing. That's out. Get on it."
She's like, "Oh, did I just invent that?"
Yeah, I'm like, you did. It's live. The intersection of like where we're at in time with like things where we can talk about breathwork, but we can also talk about technology. That is like the perfect combination and like space of what I'm trying to like figure out with life and like where I'm at now. Because like I live in LA, I live with my boyfriend and our French bulldog, and I have a great job like in tech, and like I just feel like so much of my life is going right, but there's always still that question of like kind of like not what's next, but like what else is there, or like if everything you have in your head you think is your happy place, but you've kind of done it, that's like where sometimes people say, oh, you accomplish all the things, or like you've done all that you wanted to do, like that's nirvana. And like, I guess I'm just curious. I have definitely my own interpretations and everyone has their own visuals and like stories for that, but like when you think about your happy place and like where do you find the most joy, and like where do you get inspiration like in your life, and like where are you trying to, I don't know, however you want to take that and open that up with.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, I mean, I don't mean to like be the new mom or anything, but like since having Cameron, I feel like it's such a different life that I have. Like he is, oh my gosh.
Yeah, it's okay. Yes.
He's like so special. I know. Oh my gosh, we have to cut this out. I just like honestly like never talked like about, you know, how happy he makes me. Like I don't know, just because everyone feels like, oh, you have a kid, like that's so normal, but it's honestly so
No, it's
strange.
not.
It's like being a mom, like every day just feels like an out of body experience. I'm like watching myself do these things like that your mom did, like her mom did, like everyone has done.
Like,
and so
you've never done it. We've
I know,
never done
and
it
it's like
until you're doing it.
And I guess I'm just like emotional because like seeing you, like, you know, I don't really talk to like all my friends all the time, so like having you here and like being able to be like open and vulnerable is like so special. But I'm like so embarrassed.
No, don't be, please.
But no, okay. So
I love to see your emotions, you know? Like,
yeah,
we've lived together for years and years and years, and I don't
Yeah.
get to see the raw and real, and like, because we are long distance now, you know, I don't get to, it's like a build up, you know? So we have like not seeing each other, and then I'm like, I just want to see you and squeeze you and love you.
I know. And I
all
think
that,
that's what
and
it
so
is. It's also like, you know, like there's so much
we
like
never get
that
to talk about this.
Yeah.
This is our first time getting to like talk deeply, so just to
It
like
feels
sit
like
down and
so
focus.
like real, just to like sit and like talk, like look in each other's eyes and stuff. Like I know that sounds ridiculous, but like
your beautiful eye with a little extra color.
Oh my gosh, I did not expect to be like emotional.
It's okay.
Like,
we can cut anything out that you want. So
and whatever
let me
you
know
want
if you want
to keep is fine.
But you can take a breath and we can reset or whatever.
Well, I feel like just so lucky and grateful to be like actually, I don't know, like have such a great friend like you and like have such a great support system like Morgan.
Yeah.
And have such a great little baby Cam.
He's so good.
He's such a cute baby and he's so like happy, and it's just really like I feel, I don't want to say like happiest like I've ever been, because there's so like each stage of life
Why
is
don't you
like,
want to say that?
because every stage of life is so different. So I feel like being like happy in a different stage of life, like I was happy about other things. So like, you know, it's just so different. Like obviously I am so happy, and I mean it's just different from being like happy in like a different, you know, when we were living in LA, like, it feels just like a different, like I guess overwhelming.
You made a human. Like that's allowed to be the happiest time of your life. And it's like, I think it's even what we were saying at the very beginning of like, this is new. And every day that you're with him, like he's 8 months old today. You've never had an 8-month-old baby before. So like, every single day that you have with him is a new adventure. So you're allowed to be
new and exciting, and he's doing new things and like eating real food, and like it's just like so like crazy.
He tried cauliflower for the first time yesterday. And I'm like sitting here and I'm watching you check off on your fridge, like try, and I'm like, that is the cutest thing ever. That like you have a little chart printed out of like eating a new food. I'm like, that is so special, and you're just doing it. Like you're just like the most like natural like mom. Now I'm gonna cry. Like the most like natural mom like that I've seen. Like, you know, knowing many stages of you, like knowing all the stages of you from college to adulthood to us going out in LA and being crazy, and we used to
crazy wild.
I remember we used to like go through vodka handles like
oh my gosh.
So fast. Like oops,
once a weekend.
Say that. But like to now, and I'm like, you just like embrace motherhood like so naturally and like so, because you know, like I have friends that are moms and not everyone is as easygoing as you. I don't even have the right vocabulary words, but like it just feels like it's supposed to be, and it's just like the most natural.
And it's crazy because I never felt myself to be very like motherly, and I think that's also why I was a little emotional, because like thinking about it, like for me, like I am someone's mother, but like no one has ever like, you know, especially like in college, and like people who knew me like in LA and like crazy like times and stuff would never be like, oh mom
she's
vibes.
Gonna be a mom of 3.
Yeah, she's gonna be the best mom. Like I'm pretty sure no one probably ever said that about me, but like now like I get to be like I guess a better version of myself for him, because I'm like, you know, obviously not crazy anymore, but definitely like I feel like I want to be a better person for him. So like that definitely, like for me, I feel like my life has become I mean, who's to say like when you reach nirvana, like you can always, you know, have another like moment that's like
Yeah.
better than the last. So, I mean, I think just being being a mom has made me so happy and also want to be like a better person, a better wife, a better, like daughter, even like knowing how
Aw,
much like
yeah.
it like takes to
Yeah.
like be a mom. I'm like, oh my gosh, my mom did so much for me. So it's like I would say, yeah, like
Yeah, and
just,
you're like so blessed to be like surrounded with family like that too. Like
yeah,
to be
oh
able to
yeah,
see the
family,
generations of
yeah, yeah,
it like all in once, like all the time. Like I feel like almost every weekend you're with either your mom or
yeah.
your husband's mom, like your husband. It's so
I
funny just saying
know,
that.
I
Like
know, it's
it's just
crazy,
crazy like growing up and it's happening like in real time.
right?
And you're like, wait a second, oh my gosh, like
Yeah. Like we just lived together, like moved
yeah.
into our apartment, our 3-bedroom apartment, like together. Like
Yes.
it's so crazy how fast like time
Yeah.
seems to go. Like the
Yeah.
same over and over, but it just seems to keep going
It
faster and
keeps going
faster.
and like you're saying like how you're hesitant or I don't want to say the wrong words of how I just interpret it, but you're like you didn't want to say like, oh, this is like the best time of your
Yeah,
life.
no,
But
exactly.
like we were said at the very beginning of like when something's new, it's like the most exciting because it's like you've never
Mm-hmm.
done it before and it's like your life is going up and up and up and up and up.
Yeah.
And like it doesn't have to peak. It's not like, oh, it
Yeah.
peaked in college, it peaked in high
Right, right,
school, like
right.
stupid things like that. But it's like
Yeah.
everything you do, it gets better and better as you go. So yeah, I guess I don't know if you've ever maybe even taken a breath in the moment that you're at in life and then like, oh my gosh, like look at my life. Like I have everything I want. Like
Yeah.
I'm like really just like I don't know if you've ever like had a moment like that, like physically or mentally or anything where you're like, oh my
Hmm.
gosh, like have you like ever stopped and been like,
Like this is
wow?
it. Like I'm
But not in like this is
no,
wow
not this is it, but like this is like this
like
is
I've
the
done it
best.
or
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
something like that.
I don't know, because I don't know if this is just me, but I was kind of talking about it yesterday with you. I feel like a lot of times, like in like really exciting or big moments in my life, I kind of like it's like I don't know if my adrenaline is taking over and I'm
Mm-hmm.
just too excited and like my emotions are so high that I like can't process them or something. But it's very much like giving birth and like on my wedding day and like buying a house, like things are so exciting. It almost makes me like scared and nervous. Like obviously on your wedding day, like you're nervous and stuff like that. And then like signing the papers of the house, I see like people post pictures and they're so excited. Like for me, I was crying because I was like so scared. I was like, oh my gosh, I'm like making this huge, huge, huge move. So like I don't know if it's just me that I like if there's something in me that like doesn't want to feel the happiness because it's so great and like things are
Oh.
so yeah. So like I don't know if I've ever had that moment that's like, oh my gosh, this is just the best day of my life.
Oh.
Maybe because I'm just like so nervous to like say it out loud. Like I don't want to jinx it or
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
something.
yeah, yeah.
So I like wish I could say that there was a moment like that, but maybe I just need to like let myself feel that more. So
And
like
that's scary to do.
yeah, it is. It's
And
scary
yeah,
to be like,
definitely I feel you on not wanting to jinx something.
yeah,
So
yeah,
maybe like something that you can like think about if you're like I don't know if you have a new
or like work towards.
yeah, if you
Yeah,
have a new like goal or like mission for the year or like I don't know, stupid New Year's resolution. I don't know if there's
I do.
something
I
that
wrote like
you're
a lot of New Year's.
really
I think they're like over there. I like wrote them down like
that's so
physically because I
good.
was like, I
That's
need to.
manifesting right there by just
Right.
writing it down.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, if you have any main ones there that like you're like, hey, I want to do this. Maybe next time that you do one, maybe even if it's a smaller one rather than a big one, like letting
Mm-hmm.
yourself
Mm-hmm.
feel it or
Yeah.
trying to be
Yeah.
like, okay, let's slow down. Oh my gosh, I set this goal for myself and I did it. I did the goal. Let me like be in this moment
Yeah.
and be like proud of myself or I don't
Yeah.
know, however,
Exactly.
whatever it is.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll definitely try that because I think, and not even like on purpose, but it's just something that is like definitely takes work to be like looking at your own life as like,
Yeah.
look, I'm doing great.
I
I'm
mean, I
happy.
think in multiple ways, like how yesterday when you were saying like whenever you were in labor and like you went numb about it, like obviously that's super scary and like not traumatizing, but it's like a whole thing. And like you had an emergency C-section, not just a regular scheduled labor, but like that makes so much sense to almost like not black out, but like to feel numb and just go into like overdrive mode. There.
Like shut down.
But like I guess buying a house, or like I don't know, I've never been married. I don't know how the wedding jitters feel, or like blacking out on wedding days, but people always say like, oh, it goes by so fast, or you blink and it's over and all that stuff. But those are like not physically draining like giving birth is. So those kind of felt the same to you? Like
no, I would say more in the sense like just the adrenaline and like excitement of everything kind of like in different ways, obviously. Like one is like you're getting married, you're just so like happy, excited, and there's like everyone around to like hang out with you. And then I guess having a baby is just so exciting, but it's also just like, well, I mean, most times it's like you and like your partner support system, whatever. And so it's very much like, oh my gosh, like doing this. Like,
I mean, that almost makes me think of like being little and it being like my birthday, and like the days and you're like, oh my god, it's my birthday, and I'm like, I have my with my parents, and I have everyone's gonna eat pizza and cake, and we're gonna do this, and then I'm like, I'm so in the moment, like I'm not hungry, like I'm not eating any of this. That's just where I go. I know some people, when they get nervous, they eat everything, or they fiddle with something or do that, but like I'm like, oh my god, I can't eat. I can't possibly eat on my birthday.
Yeah, at a time like this.
Yes. Yeah. So having those big moments and then not being able to like necessarily totally feel them, and then after you're like, wait, okay, well now I have this house. Like now we're like in this house.
Right. It kind of just like jumps from moment to moment, and you're like, I have to like eventually like slow down and like look back, because like I was telling Morgan, I was like, I just can't believe that like Cam is 8 months old, and like where did the time go? Like I told him, I was like, I wish I could erase like some of my past memories that like don't mean as much to me, to like save room like in my brain for like more Cam memories, which is like so funny because like it's like storage on your phone, you know what I mean? Like just getting rid of like the old stuff to make room for like the more important stuff. But yeah, I really need to like slow down and like take breaths and
cool.
Like look back. Yeah.
That's a perfect tie-in with like the technology piece of things. Of like, I feel like that's a Black Mirror episode of like you can go back and be like, okay, delete that memory, or like like there's too much going on in our brains that we have ingrained these like childhood things that we always remember that we maybe don't want to remember, and then we don't have enough storage space for what's currently going on.
Yeah, like I know like all the words to like Lilo and Stitch. I would be okay to forget that.
Oh my gosh, Ohana! I don't know any of the words.
That's one.
Damn. Well, do you think when you think about like your most happy place and like your ideal, I don't know, but other words besides nirvana, like your mental space, like happy place, like do you have a vision of that in your head?
I would say just like, I don't want to be cheesy, but like,
why not?
Like you know, like the song like home is whenever I'm with you, wherever I'm with you. What is it?
Yeah.
It's wherever. So yeah. And so I don't think of it as like a space, more like who I'm with and like what we're doing. So even like now I would say this is like such a happy space, like being with you, and like you're here in my house with my family, like my dog. It's just like happening. It's like also perfect. And then there's like times when it's like me and my mom and Cam, and like seeing her like like a grandma's like so cute. So things like that I would just say is like people and like a feeling more than like, you know, being like, oh, like in my room on my couch or something like that. So
no, that's literally perfect. Like,
Yeah.
it doesn't have to be a physical place.
Yeah.
And like, you know, I'm in my head, I'm like, is it a physical place? Is it a mental place? Is it like, connecting of different dots together, connecting different people or things, or like in my brain, I'm like so type A, like calendar brain. I'm like, okay, I want to have this, and this, and this. Like, but yeah, so yours being like, it's who you're with, and maybe not even like necessarily what you're doing, but like,
yeah, we can be doing nothing. We can just be talking.
Yay!
Yeah.
Yeah.
Watching YouTube. Like I feel like every time you go over, we just like start watching YouTube videos. Like, so random, but so much fun.
I'm glad to hear that, and just to learn more about, you know, more about you. There's always more to learn.
Of course, yeah. Even though we've been friends for so long, like I feel like there's still more we can like talk about and like explore, and you know.
Yeah. I'm glad we could do this, and I'm glad we could meet up, and this is perfect timing, and
I know.
Oh, I just love you.
I love you. Love you, gal.
Okay, well, I don't know how to close this out. You do it. Close this out, Emma.
All right. Well, thank you for having me. I'm Emma McClurg.
Yeah, Emma McClurg.
This is Fuzz, and this has been Navigating Nirvana with Natalie Nooner.
Thank you.
Love ya. Love ya.